Money, it's not a tool for you to use so that you can have things to make your life better. Get it through your fucking head. Money is a tool for them to use to keep you enslaved. Notice how there's not enough money for everyone? Oh, but there sure is a fuck ton of debt. They love to give you more and more fucking debt, ain't they? When the fuck are you guys gonna understand that part though? You go to make it, and the CEO is making 10, 20, 100 times as much as you, and he's just sitting in the office big chilling. You're doing all the fucking work, and you still don't think it's a scam? You still don't think this is a big fucking scam? Man, maybe it is what they're putting in the food. Maybe it is what they're putting in the water, because there's no way to explain how Americans are still continuing to participate in a system that is exploiting them. At this point, we're all just turning a blind eye to this shit. Seems like anything else, if you spent, hours of your life trying to work for it, you actually get something done. But, here in this shithole, you work an entire lifetime just to have the government take your shit back. Just to have the repo man take your shit back. Just to have somebody fire you days before you're about to collect. Just to have some hitman take you out because you know too much. Somebody once said, do you actually own it if you have to give it all back? You work to make a paycheck, but you don't keep any of that money. You give that money back. So somebody's making money on your labor, and somebody's making money off of your humanity, because you need shelter, you need to eat, you need to drink, you need medicine. Notice how they've put all this bullshit in between us and survival, us and humanity, and they've decided we're going to make profit off of this. Don't let that man grow his own apple tree. Cut that apple tree down. Grow the apples for him. We could get somebody to put poisons on those apples so those apples don't have any fucking pests. Oh, we could have somebody to peel the apple. We could have somebody to chop the apple. We could have somebody to sharpen the apple peeler. We could have somebody... And they actually did have everybody do this at one point in time. And notice how they automated it. That's what the whole Industrial Revolution was all about, if I'm correct. We automate certain processes so that we can make our lives easier, but it didn't do that. Kind of the same way with AI. We're supposed to use it to automate things that make our life easier, not use it so that it can do art, so that it can make the fucking music, so that it can cook the food. It's no longer culinary arts, it's culinary perfection. A Michelin star is gonna have no meaning once they have AI fucking chefs in every fucking restaurant. Like, living in America, it's so easy to see how y'all don't think past the profit of anything. All Americans can seem to think about is through this lens of, this is gonna make us so much money, this is going to get us so much attention, we're gonna have so many nice things now. And I'm not saying that you can't be rich, you can't have nice things, and you can't be excited about the nice things that you work hard for. But me personally, I'm getting real fucking tired of all these actors walking around beating their fucking chest talking about how hard they work for it. If somebody hands you everything that you need, that's no longer an issue of hard work. A lot of these people here in America, they've had everything in life handed to them. Shelter, food, water, medical care. They got to do whatever the fuck they were interested in. And they were coddled and sheltered. They were showed the way. The true embarrassment is the person who's been handed everything their whole entire fucking life, and they still failed. That's embarrassing as fuck when you have everything that you need to succeed and be comfortable as a human being, and you go out and you pick to be a fucking drug addict, you pick to be a fucking prisoner. You fucked up, man. I'm fixing to walk by a hotel. One of my little brother's friends from school, this hotel right here that I'm walking by, it's called Loge on 420 Broadway there. And it was my little brother's friend from school. So his little brother ended up dying to gun violence up in one of those rooms. You know how embarrassing that is to grow up upper middle fucking class in a nice neighborhood. Your parents have great fucking jobs. They give you everything you fucking need, and you fucking died of gun violence in that place because you thought you were fucking gangster. Because all these damn white kids, you want to listen to rap music and you want to be fucking gangsters. You want to be like you're from the fucking hood, from the streets, all this idiotic bullshit. It's fucking crazy to be given everything that you need to succeed and more, yet you still fail. I'm one of those people that's still standing strong despite every goddamn thing that's been thrown into my fucking path. All these people out there in America, y'all want to talk about hard work, hard work, hard work. Let's talk about the 400 years of head start some people got. Slavery was so long ago, get over it. And the money that was made from all of that labor still exists. The families that benefited from slavery, they're still here. You can't see their faces. Some of their names we may know, but they still got all that money. It didn't go anywhere. And they're still using that money to influence politics, influence laws, influence society, what have you. They're still there. I think it's crazy in America we talk about this shit as if it was way off into the past, yet it's 2025 and we're still dealing with the effects of it. Like, we never really stop to think, are we still enslaved? I say yes. The way they got you guys rolling over like fucking dogs, sitting and shaking your hands and speaking when they tell you to do fucking tricks for the treats. The fact that so many Americans, you prefer to sleep in the cage that your master is set up in his home for you, or outside of his home for you in the doghouse. Oh, master's cage is nice and warm. He gives me a little blanket to sleep on. I always thought it was interesting how we describe people as being puppets on strings, and that's what we really start to understand about this world of celebrity and entertainment. Is just a bunch of puppets being pulled from strings. All of these modeling agencies, all of these talent agencies, all of these modeling agents, all of these talent agents, all of these music industry executives. Like, this shit goes deep, you guys, and I don't think a lot of us were prepared for how deep this shit goes. Because a lot of these industries are directly responsible for the trafficking of children. Just like ICE. I've seen some of these ICE agents, and it's pretty fucking obvious that, they're not government agents at all. They have no jurisdiction. They have no authority. And one thing I'd really love to see Americans start doing in 2025 is shooting back. Don't let somebody kidnap you into a fucking car if they're not going to identify. Pull out your piece, start blasting. That's the smart thing to do. Don't worry about going to jail. Don't worry about going to prison. There's a lot worse things in your stars if you let these ICE agents kidnap you and take you off in an unmarked vehicle to an unmarked location. Fucking crazy, you guys are just pulling out cell phones. We're gonna track them down. These are rental cars, you fucking bumbaclots. Rental vans, rental cargo trucks, okay? All of these organizations, all of these corporations, all of these people are very complicit in everything that is happening around us, okay? Stop letting them play retarded, because they know exactly what the fuck they're doing in 2025. Oh, I didn't know fascism was bad. These people know what the fuck they're doing. They know that what they're doing is unpopular, and the only thing they're hoping on is that you don't fight back. Because what happens every fucking time people push back even just a little bit, these people start cowering, they start freezing, they start panicking. These aren't men who are in control of anything, not even their own emotions. These are weak punks who only feel strong because they're in a gang and nothing has happened to that gang yet, but God best believe. If these ICE agents start getting shot en masse, hey, they might just start retiring en masse. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I have a wife and kids. I can't die to this shit. But this era of being a fucking afraid of every goddamn thing that's being thrown at us, I think we need to get fucking brave. We need to fight back hard as fuck. And really let these goddamn people who think they're in charge know. Stop fucking with us, the American people. If you don't want to make our lives better, then you gotta fucking